Hey guys, how's it going? So I committed to reading a book a week as a goal for 2023, and a lot of the books that I have charted for my goals are going to be related to like business, understanding yourself as a person, so a little bit of psychology. And if you have book recommendations, I haven't filled out my full list for 2023, so send them my way. But we're going to start off 2023 with a real classic, and it's Atomic Habits. I started it in 2022 and I honestly didn't finish it. And so I came back and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to leave things undone. Like, I just think that that's a really bad habit that I have established. I'll be, great intentions. And yeah, so anyways, talking about habits, that's one that I'm going to break. And I hope that you break it with me. So without further ado, I've got some notes that I pulled up and I'm going to kind of revert to them as we do this conversation to keep me on track because I know your time is valuable, but also make sure that I give you the best summary that I have from this incredible book by James Clear. So without further ado, let's talk about Atomic Habits. So Atomic Habits is a self-help book written by, again, the one and only James Clear, and he illustrates the focus on ideas that are small and incremental that each and every one of us can implement on a daily basis. And they lead to significant improvements in your personal life, but that also bleeds into your business life. And that's why it's kind of actually a really incredible business book. And so that's why I was drawn to it as well. So when Clear argues that the key to success is not focus on the big achievements, but it's actually on the systems and daily, kind of like the daily dose of everything that leads to consistently making small positive changes in your everyday life and scenario. So he introduces the concept of quote unquote atomic habits that are small incremental changes that the person can make in their daily routines that over time lead to significant improvements. He emphasizes the importance of focusing on the process rather than the outcome. How many of us are so stuck on the end goal, the this, the that? Guys, I think that if we can revamp the way that we look at things and focus on how we become that person in the process, I just love how he illustrates that. So if that's something that you're finding yourself working through, this may be a great book for you too. He goes on to really just clarify the key to building good habits is creating the environment that makes it easy for us to follow them, right? Because if you're setting yourself up for success before you need to implement the habit, then it's so much easier to take that step, right? If, so many times people use the example of running, right? Put your running shoes by your bed. That's one step closer to you actually achieving that next goal, which you said was to run every single day, right? So that's the runner's goal, right? So it's one of those things where each and every one of us can amplify or, what's the word? It just left me, guys. Oh, shucks. We can execute. That's the word. We can execute every single day at the different forms and habits that we're trying to accomplish. So Clear suggests that the key to building good habits is creating an environment that makes it easy to follow through. This includes identifying the triggers that prompt a certain behavior and finding ways to make it easier to engage in the desired behaviors and make it harder to engage in the ones that we don't want. Right? We're talking about good habits and bad habits because they actually coexist. And oftentimes in order to take care of a bad habit, we have to introduce a good habit. And that's where he really explains the psychology behind why we do what we do. Who encourages that habit? Is it, the people that we find ourselves with? Is it, just our surroundings, right? So I love how he does that. And you've probably heard it referred to before, SMART goals. Yeah, he's the one that started that. So he goes on to explain the importance of the tracking, the progress, the measurements, like the daily everything, right? It's the little things. It's the little things that matter. And so many people have asked me as a wife and mom, like, how do you do all the things? I try to focus on doing little things well every day. Little things, because I'm a little person. No, wait, no. I am a little person, but but genuinely speaking, that's the only way that I get things done. And so he argues that the keys also to making good habits is to make them enjoyable. If that's, a goal of yours to run every day, how can you make that enjoyable? Find a way to have your best friend be a part of it. Maybe they can't be with you in person. Maybe it's a phone call every day and they know that they're your accountability and it's enjoyable for you because you enjoy spending that time with that person. And you can really create that to be an enjoyable thing around the new habit, right? Running. and you get to have that benefit of time with your best friend, or however you would do that. You know, if in doubt, call your mom. Everybody calls their mom. But let's move on. In addition to focusing on building the good habits, Clear really discussed the importance of breaking the bad ones. All of us have bad ones, so I'm raising my hand. He suggested using the same strategies that are used in building the good habits and identifying the triggers that usually prompt the unwanted behaviors, to finding ways to make it easier to engage in the alternative desired behaviors. He also suggests using rewards and consequences to reinforce the behaviors and discourage unwanted ones. So you guys know I'm a mom. When I was reading this, I wrote that down because that's what I do with my kids. I'm just a big kid. Why would I change the process? Like, it's just, instead of having, my mom implement it for me, it's me being an adult and being like, hey, I actually need to do this. And if I don't do this, then this is the consequence, right? So it dawned on me that I was like, this is exactly what I'm doing for my children. Like, why am I not doing this for myself? Accountability. So overall, Atomic Habits for me was just a very practical, actionable approach to building the good habits in my personal life that will bleed into my business life as well, but also acknowledging and really being honest about the bad ones, or ones that I would like to see improve. And so I hope this was a great summary for you guys. I will also be sharing a video on the actual breakdown on SMART goals and how you can apply that to your life and business as well. Not because you haven't heard of it, but probably because you need just this short breakdown, clear cut, give it to me, straightforward, quick and easy. And that's what I'm all about. I try to make my videos very informational, but also we got stuff to do. We don't got time just to chit chat. So hopefully this brief summary on some of my favorite notes from Atomic Habits serves you. And if you appreciate it, give me a like. I would really appreciate it. And if there's books that you would like to hear summaries on as well, because maybe you're a busy mom trying to do all the things too, and you just want the core benefits that are from a book, give me an idea. I'd love to support you. So with that, I hope you guys have a great day. And if it's not going well, make it a great day. You have that choice. Let's go.